Jay Durong from Hot 702.5 in Las Vegas. It's time to come together. Rainbow Dreams Educational Foundation presents the 24th annual Las Vegas Juneteenth Festival, going down Saturday, June 21st from 4 to 9 p.m. at the Expo at World Market Center, and it's free to the public. Catch R&B icon Tweed live on stage, plus performances by Kiss Kiss and the Squad, Darnell Alexander, Unk and the Nephews, and Las Vegas's pop princess Ray Millie. Hosted by DJ Ambeezy with Not Boy DJ and DJ Kelly J on the ones and twos. Stop by and visit the Hot 702.5 FM live remote tent and check in with our on-air personalities. Shop the vendor marketplace, hit up the food trucks, and enjoy surprise guests throughout the night. Presented in partnership with Google, MGM Resorts International, Live You Equals You in the city of Las Vegas. Come together this Juneteenth weekend to celebrate freedom with Tweet and Rainbow Dreams. Get your e-ticket now and be entered to win one of our fabulous prizes. Visit June19LV.com. That's June19LV.com.
Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name.
DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Man, you know what I mean? Drugs.
What
prison.
up? Undrafted Allstars. We in the building.
Area from two different
Got that
cities.
upstate New York.
The two major cities.
Upstate New York rappers.
Right.
Benny and
Everything.
Special.
It was just a perfect.
Hey,
Just the way it is
called
now.
Hometown Hero. That's how we starting it. Looking at the circa.
A long way from that broke down the lyric, the hometown hero. Ground zero. I really did this shit. Too much light coming through. I gotta let
Shout out
down the
to Suge.
shades.
He'll
Shit
be
so
back.
real, gotta pat down the maid.
Getting the Cowboys
Check out
right.
the
Ain't got no
stage,
running
back
game.
out
He
the
think he
game.
can
I'm
run.
in that
He
nigga.
50.
Why you acting like that's about to
Plus.
change? You know that Benz don't feel good as it look. I took advice from these pull-ups and crooks to get put on the books.
Hey.
Gave me my first taste when I got put on the chooks. Yeah, I made it out, but look what it took. Montana boys, 3-step to stamp, heroin money. Back when you grinded for it, so you cherished the money. Fetty hit and broke niggas started inheriting money. So when the game got crowded, it went terrible for me. Lyrical genius, this rap shit was a miracle to me. I'm from holy ground, Buffalo like Jericho to me. Small problems and big dollars that'll bury them for me. Fork in the road, the outcomes
Yeah,
are variables.
I used to open up the house round 7, the town legend that set up a trap and found heaven. I don't keep track of the losses, I count blessings. Bosses don't hang around peasants. I'd rather be in the ground if I be in the clown's presence.
That's what we gonna pause on. He said he'd rather be in the ground than to be in the clown's presence. Hey, shout out to Special. Get this music, Los. Shout out to Los for the music.
Right.
Going, and we in there. Playoffs time, a little bit of football. Football trying to take over everything.
Football.
Football.
Definitely trying to take over.
They some they like monopolizing. Hey, football, NFL, quit monopolizing. every month. Y'all trying to monopolize every month. All right. So first things first, we gonna talk about the MVP, just because the award was given. Hey, Shea Gildress Alexander. That sounds like Canadian.
Well,
Hey,
we
he
forgot
sound
our intro,
Canadian.
so.
Oh shit! Oh man, my bad. Hey, let me restart. Boop boop boop. Boom. Undrafted Allstars, way bigger than sports. Thank you for joining us. I am your bro host, Q Mecca, 2 Texas. You know, Tragic gon' hold you down with my bro host.
C4 Nate from the 618. Let's be great. Start this debate.
I forget the damn intro.
Right.
All right, now we're gonna start with the MVP. Shea Gildress Alexander. I think we all thought he was gonna get it. I think me, you, and Suge.
We were both talking about it.
It seemed like to me the way they get an award out is based on not just the stats but also the record of the team. And he had the best record. It was 14 games above everybody else. What are your thoughts on that? On him winning?
I think it's well deserved. SGA, man, I love how he ball, man. Shoot, and don't get it twisted. I ain't finna shit on Jason Tatum because he can ball, but I don't think he's that guy. SGA, I look at him as that guy, like the second of a Kobe Bean type of presence. He gonna go after it. He gonna let the game come, and he don't let the game come to him. He go get the game. He's aggressive. He makes his teams better.
I don't know if he has Kobe, though.
He has great leadership qualities. He can get them buckets whenever you need to get them buckets.
I think he got a long way to go before he get like Kobe. Ain't nobody like Kobe in the league, first of all.
I'm not saying he's like Kobe. I said he's the second coming.
Oh, well,
meaning he has the potential to be at a Kobe level when he's done with the game.
He might, but I don't know, because Canadians can't be like us. They nice in general. We ain't that nice.
A nigga can always be a nigga.
You heard him talk.
Yeah, I heard him talk.
He ain't.
But it ain't about what he talking about, what he do when he out there on the court.
But you heard Kobe talk and you saw what he did. I'm just saying, I don't think he could be like Kobe. I think he's a good player. I don't even think he's in his prime, which means he's his prime and he's at his prime. I think he could add some more things to his game. I think he need to be more of a dog like Kobe was. I don't think he has that yet. I don't know if he's gonna have that.
No, he's got it.
And I think that he deserved this MVP though, for sure.
Absolutely.
And they got a good team over there, and I like the way they did it. They built it. They didn't.
You got to look at him play, man. He be getting buckets like straight up, like he straight up put terror on them.
No, I don't think nobody fears him. I just think that they got a good team, and he does something that's not done in the NBA regularly, which is mid-range. Like his mid-range is dope.
Lethal.
But he would need to work on his threes. I look at him, okay, his mid-range is dope. And he could get to the bucket and he could get fouled. But his threes need to be worked on. And I think he needs to learn when to take over, when to get buckets. Sometimes he's too, I guess passive is the word. He'll get a ball to Williams or Chet or Dort or somebody. So I think he got a long way to go to be like Kobe, but he deserves this award. He's been balling the last few years, actually. And he's getting better. So yeah. I think he deserved it, but it's the seventh in a row consecutively. Yeah. Non-American born MVP given out. What do you think about that?
I don't think nothing of it. If it's supposed to be brought to the American soil, the American soil players need to play better.
All right, I got it. It's another thought that I just looked up today. All right, so this was interesting because I was like, man, I didn't know that. They said, who do you think was the last MVP winner to have tattoos? None of the non-American born have tattoos. Who do you think was the last one?
Shit, I don't pay attention to if people have tattoos. I would guess Steph Curry.
Yep, Steph was the last. He got a couple. He don't got a lot. I said LeBron because I thought it was LeBron, but LeBron ain't won an MVP in a lot of years.
Like a lot of years.
11 or some shit, something like that. But it's Steph. So Steph was the last, and he might have been the last American. I think Steph might have been the last American.
So you think they're going away from?
I think that they're going away from a certain look.
And impossible.
And that look, even though Steph and LeBron were the last two with tattoos, and they're upstanding citizens in the United States, I think the look of LeBron.
This is what I'm saying.
If you look at what they want.
If you look at the players that ball this year, I mean, what they look like? They black. What do they look like?
When you say ball, what you mean? You mean like Jalen
If
Brunson?
you look at people that ball, that you would nod as MVP worthy.
Oh, but the top three, the top three was.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. What are you saying? It don't look going from a certain look. You trying to say they're going away from black people?
They're going away from tattooed black people who look like Allen Iverson and LeBron James.
But that's what we know. How we know he don't have one on his back or something? Who? I mean, SGA.
Oh, that's the article said that. I don't know. I'm just going off with the article.
I know. I get what you're saying, but I'm saying
he don't got him like on sleeve.
Out presently.
Yeah.
And I don't feed too much into that because, you know what I'm saying, it is what it is.
I think that, I don't know, but it's kind of interesting to just talk about.
Now they went back to back and had like Tyler Hero win 3 in a row. Then I could be like, okay, maybe they getting away from a certain look.
Tyler Hero got tattoos though. He's one of those white boys that's with the blacks. He hung out with him. He cool with him.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, so they think. So you think they want a more cleaner image?
I think they're looking for a cleaner image.
Okay.
But it could be that the reason that they got the last 7 MVPs is because of the lack of basketball fundamentals being taught in America. Nowadays, we aren't taught fundamentals. We got AAU. All right, so high school used to be, when I was in school, I'm older. High school used to be where you learned the fundamentals in basketball. Now everybody's kid is on the AAU team. And the AAU teams are trying to get the most best kids so they can just blow people out. And they're really not able to say nothing to the star kids that are there. So they go into college being coddled by the college coaches also, and then they come to the league and coddled. So the lack of teaching and being able to fundamentally teach the players and cuss them out and tell them, hey, you can't just keep shooting threes. Go to the hole, do something fundamentally is the problem why I think the Europeans have caught up with us in basketball. And they caught up with us. I mean, it's been a long time coming because remember the reason why the Dream Team was formed was because the college teams was losing in '88.
Right.
So they said, okay, they think they better than us, so we're gonna get the Dream Team. Dream Team blew them out. Obviously, we was way better. But we also lost in 2004 with the professionals, so we had to go back to cultivating a team. That's when they put the Duke Coach K in, and he was it wasn't just, you all get together and then y'all play. It was building. We picking the right players. We ain't just picking the stars. We picking players that fit. So I think that they're catching up and passing us in the fundamentals and how basketball is supposed to be played, and we just shooting threes and thinking we Steph Curry. And ain't nobody Steph Curry.
Okay, a few things. Before I get to that, I'll say, good morning, ladies. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Kanoe. I agree with you. She said SGA got some pup in it. He a pup, but he got that dog in him is there. Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't see it.
And I agree with what you're saying as far as the style of play, but this is the thing. Fundamentals have been taken out of basketball a long time ago. I mean, we can start as early as the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, no,
because when you hold on, this is what I'm saying. Because let me tell you this, and I'll ask you this: there are 2 things that wins college basketball games. What are those 2 things?
That wins college basketball?
College basketball.
In college basketball, it's more about the system.
No.
The system and shooters.
It comes down to 2 things.
What are they?
Defense and free throws.
You know, college and pros aren't the same thing.
Hold on, let me get to it. It comes to 2 things in the collegiate level: defense and free throws. If you remember guards coming out of college back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, the average guard had a free throw percentage of 88%. The average guard had a free throw percentage of about 88%.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Small forwards, they were shooting about 85%. Small forwards shooting about 80 something. You think about the small forwards that was in that day: Dennis Microwave Johnson, Larry Bird. They categorized Magic Johnson as a guard, but he was still a forward.
He was tall like a forward.
If you think about it, those forwards were still shooting in the 80s, in the mid 80s from the free throw. Kiki Vandeweghe, he goes early into the 90s, Deadlift Shrimp, all those guys. So this is what I'm saying. It's been a long time since they've even approached the matter of shooting free throws. So you look at these college games now, and your best guard is shooting 73% from the free throw.
That is translated to the NBA.
And that's what I'm saying. But free throws is one of the main primary basics of basketball. It's one of the main primary basics. Learn to shoot your free throws. So along with that, and like you said, I agree with you in the sense of AAU came and now they don't want to say nothing to the star players because they trying to catch that ticket with them.
Yeah.
He was my coach back when I played at AAU. Yeah. And I'm a look out for him and blah blah blah. Exactly. It's not many coaches out here that are doing it for the love and the growth of these kids.
Exactly.
They doing it to get a meal ticket too.
For the attention. We got good in promoting basketball instead of teaching it.
Right.
Instead of teaching basketball, everybody promotes it. It's just the trend of America.
think of all the foreign players that are starting to come through the game, or whatever, even going back from Drazen Petrovic. He was a murderer.
Yep.
Rest in peace to him. He was a murderer in the 90s. Jordan will never tell you. Reggie Miller would tell you. Charles Barkley. Drazen Petrovic was a beast. But that was in the starting era of a lot of the overseas and Europeans starting to come into the league. I haven't seen one European that shoots bad free throws yet.
The worst one is probably Luka.
He
like 70 something, which it's back to your point. Guards should be at least 85% shooting free throws.
80 to 90s.
Yeah.
High 80s and 90s.
I agree with that. I agree with that point.
So that's what I'm saying. But it's deteriorated like that for so long. We continue to have guards that come in the league but can't shoot free throws.
Yeah.
And we're watching these games. Look how these games are going back and forth. They're going back and forth. All these charity strides attempts.
Mm-hmm.
And people out here bricking them.
They miss. That's true. So I think we're saying the same thing.
We are.
The fundamentals aren't being taught or emphasized. It's more just about promoting.
But they haven't been into the game a long time. So it's like, how do you go 15, 20 plus years not putting the fundamentals in it and then try to go back and say, hey, let's reincorporate the fundamentals?
Yeah. It evolved into what it is, like you said.
Right.
So we saying the same thing and we both agree.
Right.
Hey, they're not teaching the fundamentals. It's being more promoted about highlights and attention than it is about playing the game and learning the game.
Right.
So
a dunk,
you're right.
A dunk or a killer 3-point shot will make it to the league for you.
Exactly. You don't teach them defense. You don't teach them how to pass space. A lot of things that free throws, like you said, that's one of the most, like a free throw is called the free throw. That means it's the closest you can get to the basket without a layup and a shot with nobody contested. So you should be able, no matter what position you play, you should be able to make that at least. The lowest should be 70%, 75%.
Absolutely, for a pro.
Even for a
pro.
Exactly, for a pro.
If you're a pro, even I don't even care if you're a center, should be at 70.
I agree.
And the centers were about 68, 70% back in the day.
Yeah.
So
Shaq, he always dropped it down.
He was the worst.
He was like
30 something.
Yeah.
But this is what but that's why I said it from the I started with the collegiate level. Because now they're not getting into the league straight out of high school anymore. You have to pass through college.
One year, yeah.
So they need to find coaches that are going back to reincorporating making free throws, making those good passes, team ball, weave drills. I mean, we used to do weave drills for like 2-3 hours.
Hell yeah.
But when it came down in certain game time situations, it worked out because you could, you know what I'm saying?
How to run a fast break, yeah. Now they come down.
Some of them don't even know how to run a fast break. They just, like you said, they just go down and shoot a three.
Yeah, that's true. We do get. That's fact.
That's terrible. Fast break is supposed to be a guaranteed 2 points.
Exactly.
In most cases.
Exactly.
Unless you
and
get
it's supposed to be
down with
done
the
the right way. One person should be able to guard you 2 or 3 people, or 2 people should be able to guard 3 or 4 people.
And
you gotta pass the ball.
And the other person that's passing, that's not scoring, should be somewhere in the vicinity to try to box out the other team that's coming.
Yeah.
So that you can have that space.
Yeah, they're not teaching a lot of things. So we agree. I would say that I agree with your point. Add on to your point. They should not start it in college. They should start it in high school and AAU because you're getting to college already with that mentality.
You got to start it in grade school. Sorry.
Or that. Okay.
You got to start it in grade school. That's where it starts. These coaches need, you got a nice shot. You can dribble. Okay, we need to focus on your shots. I think from a grade school standpoint, if you're talking about when he first starts, probably like 5th grade or something like that, 5th through 8th grade, they should shoot 100 free throws a day.
I agree.
Once you get to the high school level, you should be shooting 500 shot free throws a day in practice.
I agree with that.
Once you get to the collegiate level, it should be 1,000.
Right.
Like
you gotta, and you saying make 1,000 or shoot 1,000?
Shoot 1,000.
So I figure you should make at least. You shouldn't leave until you made
should be able to get to 70%.
Yeah, exactly.
But because it's all muscle memory. You get your form. And okay, this is a good form. This works for me. And then you just stick with that.
Yep, I agree with
that. But you know what I'm saying? Again, because of the egos of these kids.
Yeah, because they coddle them. They want to be known and attention.
And you can't
the coaches do too.
You can't do that. It has to be online with all the coaches. All the coaches have to stop doing all this coddling and say, okay, we finna teach you real life fundamentals and get it. That's why for the longest time, the San Antonio Spurs was always a threat. They never had flashy players. They just had players that had great fundamentals.
That's
and
facts.
everybody knew what to do because they practiced those fundamentals.
And Pop had to leave because y'all new kids don't got it. He's like, man, I gotta cuss these kids out. Then I have to grab them by their check, throw them by their jersey. So he said, I'm out of here. I'm just gonna be over there in the office. But yeah, shout out to SGA for winning. You deserved it, boy.
For sure.
And we finna get into the playoffs. All right, so the playoffs started, the championship round. Looks like it's 2-0. We're gonna start on the East. The Pacers 2-0 in the Garden 2-0 the Knicks.
Yeah.
Man, what you think about the Pacers and the Knicks?
Man, I already said them Pacers was gonna be a problem.
You said Pacers in 4. You was talking about 4 last night. Pacers in 4. I was like, you being disrespectful with 5.
At this rate, shit, it might be Pacers in 3. Because they don't have an answer for them. And it's ironic because Thibodeau is usually, his teams are very defensive minded. So, and that's what got the Knicks there, was good defense as a whole.
He don't play enough of them. That's the problem. He only played 6 of them.
Yeah.
And
if he's playing 6 of them, that means the rest of them don't know what they're doing.
Or he don't trust them, which could be the same thing we saying, but you can't win like that deep because listen, they went 7 games with they went 7 with the last team, right? Yeah. Okay, so they went 5 or 6 with the Detroit. Yeah. So they tired. That's a long, and then you got to go try to go 7 more. And these dudes run. The Pacers run from the jump.
They run.
So
run.
Even with Brunson scoring 43 and Cat had 33 the first game, they still lost that, and that was the unbelievablest game ever. The comeback from 9, they was down 9 points with 52 seconds left and still won the game. That's crazy.
The Pacers just keep doing it, man. They just keep doing it.
Shout out to that boy Nate Smith. He was out there. He was like 6 for 6.
Yeah.
In the last minute.
Clutch, man. He was lighting them up.
Last 2 minutes.
But that's what I'm saying. They have too many people that stretch the floor and they run. They run. They like a young Golden State.
I love it. I love to see that. That's how me and Jamal used to be back at the park in the View. Shout out to Jamal. What up, boy? We used to run, boys.
It's great. It's great. It's good for basketball.
It's great. I like it.
I like where we're going. And like I say, the way that it's pacing, it's looking like we're going to see the Thunder and the Pacers. It's looking like
it's really the chances are very, very high because you win the first 2 games in the series, your chances are like 87% you win that series. Something like that. So New York and Minnesota. All right, so let's go. Hey, shout out to Halliburton. They said he was overrated. He out there balling. And he hit the choke sign up on y'all. Y'all deserved it. Now let's go to the West, where we from, the West side. All right, so we got the OKC and the Mavericks.
We got the Thunder and the Timberwolves. And look, we was wrong. I thought Ant-Man was going to go in there and go whooping on some things. I lied.
Or
I'm sorry, I was wrong.
We was wrong because look, I'm gonna give Ant-Man grace because he's young. You usually don't start winning until you get your 7th year in the league. You got to learn how to win.
You got to lose these kind of games.
Exactly, these kind of series. Exactly.
And then be like, okay, this is where I went wrong. Yeah. And that's what happened with the Thunder last year.
True. And I thought they was my thing was I thought the Thunder was going to have another year of that. So I thought they was going to get further this year.
Yeah.
And then lose maybe in the finals. And then next year come over the hump. But they look like they ready to come over the hump right now.
Yeah, they look like they shaped up to do it.
They look good. They all look good as a team, as a unit. Like my OG Love say.
That would be a crazy series with them and the Pacers.
It'll be an interesting series.
I'm here for it.
And I'm still
I'm not counting the Knicks out yet, and I'm not counting out the Timberwolves. But at this pace, it looks like it's going to be Pacers and OKC.
I agree with you. I also don't want to count out the other 2 teams that are down 2-0 because I still wanted to go 7. I like, since none of these are my team, I don't really have a team, but I want to see good games. I want to see 7-game series from here on out. So I need the Pacers. I need the Knicks, and I need the Timberwolves to come out and ball.
But I don't know if we can get 7. Because again, you just said it. They're high.
The odds are crazy against them.
And like I say, it helped because they was able to put teams away quickly. Pacers able to put Cleveland away pretty quickly.
They were. It was in 5.
And like I say, it got to the point where they kind of rest in between in the games.
Yeah,
like they was
exactly.
up so big that you could kind of rest players. So it's like, I don't know, man. It's I don't want to count them out, but it's looking bleak. Not the Memphis kind.
Not the Memphis bleak, the other bleak.
but I'm here for it, man. I want to see it.
Yeah, I want to see.
We're gonna have a new champion. It looks like, and that's what I would love to see.
Hell yeah, a new champion in town. I love it. I love it. While we moving on, I'm just going to look quick hits. Rest in peace to Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay passed, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts. He was 65. They said he died in his sleep peacefully. I don't know how they know if he died peacefully, but
I don't know. You know, he had an issue with narcotics. So I don't know. Like, we gotta wait and see what the autopsy says. But it's unfortunate to hear that. Rest in peace, Jim Irsay. He was there with that Colts team with Peyton Manning, and they did their thing. And
everybody who knew him loved him. Peyton Manning, good, heartfelt. Everybody who knew him loved him. So shout out to him. He left the team to his daughters. He had 3 daughters, I think. He left the team to all 3 of them. That's dope.
That's what's up.
That's dope. It's always good to see that generation. He was only 65. He was young. I think they said he got the team when he was 24 in 1986 or some 84. One of them years. And he's been running the team. That's dope. And rest in peace to him. Hey, we got to talk about this internet beef that's been between other 2 sports broadcasters, RG3 and Ryan Clark. I guess I'm going to go over it quickly.
All right.
RG3 said about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, Angel Reese hates
Caitlin Clark, and he could tell that she was about to hit Caitlin Clark if Aaliyah Boston didn't stop her. He was wilding on that take that he was about to hit her and she hated her. I don't know if you know that. I can't tell that. But he said that, and then Ryan Clark responded to RG3 saying that he wouldn't know what black women go through because he doesn't talk to black women in his home about the struggle and the plight of black women because he's married 2 white women.
Right.
RG3 said that Ryan Clark was out of line for bringing up his wife.
I think he was just speaking facts.
I think that if I'm gonna give some bail to RG3, I'm gonna give some bail and say, okay, you have a point, but he didn't disrespect or talk about your wife. No. He just said that you married 2 white women, which is true and factual. Right. I can see how you could be a little bit agitated that he even brought it up, but you can't act like RG3 later went on to play the victim. Like, oh, it's out of bounds. ESPN shouldn't allow that. They're low for doing it. He went wild. He went to play the victim.
He went to play the victim and then turned around and talked about, oh, well, Ryan Clark has a white daughter.
Yeah, well,
because he had a daughter with a white woman. Like, first of all, see, now this is where it's getting out of line. Like I say, I agree with your sentiment. I see on the sense of he wasn't being disrespectful towards his wife.
Right.
But what can a white woman tell a biracial child about the black struggle?
Right.
What can they tell them?
Like Ryan Clark,
they don't live it. So you can't speak about what you live. I could never sit here and speak about what it's like to be white or what it's like to be Hispanic or what it's like to be Asian because I don't know. All I know is I was born black. I know the experiences as the black man. So again, it's one of those. I think RG3 chose to be upset. He wanted a reason to be upset. But to back up what Ryan Clark was saying, he's absolutely correct because there has been a narrative painted that a black and white narrative ever since Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark came into the league. And it started at the end of the season in college.
Started in college, yeah.
It started in college, where the media and a lot of people that were not of color made Angel Reese to be the bad guy. They made her to be the bad guy. Caitlin Clark could pop her shit, talk her shit, you can't see me, all this. But as soon as Angel Reese does it, why is that thug doing this? And that's how they treat it. So there's always been that. The LSU Lady Tigers won the championship. And Jill Biden had the audacity to say, well, maybe we should invite both teams. Who the fuck invites the loser to the White House?
Only if the loser's white. Hey.
But that's what I'm saying. So they put this narrative out long time ago and made it a black and white thing when it shouldn't have been. It should have been 2 great college players who faced off against each other. and they should have left it at that. So they come into the league now. And then now it's all, well, Caitlin Clark is this, and now all of a sudden Angel Reese is big, sloppy feet, can't do this and that. They attack her on a regular basis. They have put death threats on her and people in her family since she's been in the league. I would be tired and upset too. That doesn't mean she hates Caitlin Clark, but the narrative that she's the bad guy has to go away. That has to stop. Because it's a dangerous game that they're playing. There's a dangerous game that you're playing, and people are going to get hurt if you keep going that way. What they need to do, they need to respect people as individuals. It needs to go back down to human basic decency. You need to respect individuals. You need to allow them to be who they are. Let these ladies play on these courts and play hard for us fans that enjoy it. And don't fuck this up for us because you want to be a racist dick or pick sides on who thinks they're. I think they're both great players. It's hard to compare them because they don't play the same position. So it's hard to make a comparison. Angel Reese is dominant on those boards. She gets those boards, she scores, she plays her defense, she blocks out. She's an amazing player. Caitlin Clark, amazing player. Shoots like no other. The woman coming to Stephen Curry. It is what it is. Respect their greatness, and let's kill this nonsense. Let's kill this bullshit talking about who's better than who gives a fuck. Let them play and do their thing. Let their performance be the one that judges what they are.
I agree that the media hypes up the things and makes it a bigger deal. The thing about players, this is me. I like the way Caitlin Clark handles it. She don't say nothing. Like, I'm not letting y'all get me involved in these things. Right. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm going to go play basketball. I think that's what the people that the media are trying to build up or divide should understand, have media savvy. Like, I'm not answering that question. That question is not appropriate. I'm not getting into that. I'm not talking about another player badly. I'm just going to play my game.
Absolutely.
And because the media does pump up some shit and then make it a rival. And you're like, man. But we fall into it if we fall into talking about another player in a way that's disparaging. Now, I do think that there was some resentment towards Caitlin Clark when she came in because all of the press that she got. But I don't think I don't think she played into that. It ain't her fault. She didn't say, hey, look at me over here, come get me. But I think that she showed herself that she could play in the league. Mm-hmm. She a baller. Yep. Her team is way better than they was before she got there. Mm-hmm. They learned how to play with her. And Angel Reese is doing her thing for Chicago, and the media makes it a big deal when they play each other. They show it, they put it on prime time. They have us talk about it. Oh, I'm like, I think that was just a basketball play that Caitlin Clark did on Angel Reese, and in the heat of the moment, a basketball play, a hard foul, you retaliate. The men do it all the time. It's not every time. Never a big issue, and it's
never an issue. They don't turn it into a racial issue when the men do it. They just say, oh, that was a hard fall, that was unnecessary, blah 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 blah.
Right. It's never a big issue, but they make these two women. They put these two women against each other like it's a rivalry and it's a black against white thing and it's all this, and they shouldn't. But that's what we do in America when we want to.
RG3, you acting like a bitch right now, and I'm saying,
I think that
you acting like a bitch. Understand, it's people that stood up for you and fought for you when you were a player out there on that field. And they were discriminating against you or looking at you sideways because you were a black athlete. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't make this a racial issue. It's a dangerous game.
Yeah. And Ryan Clark he said that the reason why he said what he said about RG3 was he used to work with RG3, and he said RG3 used to make all kind of jokes about he loves white milk and white milk is the best milk and those type of disparaging things like you hate blackness or you hate yourself or you hate your mom. So That's why he made that point that he made. And he said he met RG3's wife and thinks she's a wonderful lady, much more than what RG3 promotes, which is only her color, her race or whatever. And that's why he said that. And I agree with with Ryan. Ryan ain't always right, but Ryan he's articulate, he's smart, and he's precise, and he stands on things. So I agree with him on that.
When it comes to these issues that we're speaking about, Ryan Clark be spot on. I agree with Ryan Clark.
I think RG3 is looking like a clown, and
I agree.
We need to sit down and stop feeding into the bullshit because he fed into it. And we don't want to. I'm not gonna say that. But RG3, Just calm down. It ain't a racial thing, and you don't know what she has in her heart for another woman unless she told you that.
Absolutely.
So you just guessing and making things up.
I'm
She
sure
was
she
gonna
ain't
steal on
told
her.
you that.
He said she was gonna hit her, sucker punch. That's what he said. I was like, how can he tell that from?
Right.
What is he talking about? He
Because
just talking, y'all.
people read minds all of a sudden.
Exactly. Like he can.
Fuck
It was
out
just
of
a heated exchange between basketball players in the competition. Like it always happens with all of them.
Right.
So RG3, sit down and be humble, like Kendrick said, and be humble. Now let's get to this NFL. Got a couple NFL things. First thing, that NFL voted in the 2028 Olympics that the NFL players could play flag football for the new flag football in the 2028 Olympics.
Okay.
What do you think about that? Ta-da.
I think it's gay. Next.
I think it's interesting, but I agree with you. I don't really care that much, but it's some news.
Look, here's the thing. We playing football or we playing football? What are we doing here?
Right.
Flag football? Come on.
You should leave that for the college people or somebody else. I agree with that.
Right.
I wouldn't want my.
Now,
What if they get hurt?
Right. But you can put the college out there and let them play football and
Or
for the country and all
college
that.
schools,
And that would be better. NFL players, no.
I don't
Unless you're playing real legit football.
And they're not. So
Right.
I don't think they should.
I agree.
But also in football news, the tush push was put up for a vote to see if they could cancel it. They almost got it. They needed 24 votes. They got 22.
Yeah.
So it's still going to be here. I think y'all was hating. Hey, my team was one of the teams that was hating on the.
I think
my team was one of the teams that was hating on the Eagles. That's whack. Your team was one of the teams hating on the Eagles.
Jerry wasn't hating.
The Chiefs. No, I mean team. The
I don't
Cowboys voted for it to be banned.
I know. I don't think Jerry's hating. They did an interview with Jerry, and Jerry said he's like, it really comes to. I don't think it's a thing of that. I don't want to give them the edge. Which
that sound like hate.
It don't sound like hate. It sounds like
stop them.
I agree.
Everybody could do it.
You got to figure it out.
You got to figure out how to stop.
You got to figure it out. But the key component to the tush push is the center.
But he
the center and is the center and the quarterback.
Right.
Because
Travis Kelce gone though.
Right. So it's not going to be as successful as it was unless it wasn't as successful.
It was still high, but it wasn't.
Was high,
it was like
but it got stopped a few times. Washington stopped it a few times.
But it's been stopped more than because Buffalo got it. Buffalo tried it with a quarterback that's bigger than the quarterback for the Eagles.
But
it got stopped.
You got to be benching 5.
Yeah, but so
Jalen Hurts benches 5.
It's sort of like how they did with what's the black gymnast that's the greatest right now. What's her name?
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles. They said the shit she doing is too hard. We can't do that. That's what they doing. No, stop the Eagles, man. Or otherwise, shut up.
I agree.
I don't like all the teams. And the good teams that hate it. It's only one good team that didn't hate, and that was Baltimore. The Chiefs, the Niners, the Cowboys, the Bills. A bunch of y'all was hating.
The Lions didn't hate.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're right.
They didn't hate on it.
The Lions and the Baltimore was the only two teams. I think y'all hating it. Y'all should stop it or go learn how to do it or do a regular quarterback sneak. You shouldn't stop it because you can't do it.
I don't care if they have the tush push. You need to have more than that to win games.
I agree. Stop complaining.
And if you just simply stop them on a 4 and 5, you don't have to worry about the tush push because nobody's tush pushing for 5 yards in the league.
Facts. So stop it and don't be doing that whole shit. All y'all teams, I'm disappointed.
Quit being a bitch.
I'm disappointed in the good teams.
Jerry, quit being a bitch. Go get Myles Garrett. Offer him whatever he wants.
Hey, I'm disappointed in the good teams because y'all acting like some toes right now. But we don't give y'all a pass because y'all been losing. But what up, Crystal? Also, another thing, I noticed.
Yeah.
Buffalo is projected by Las Vegas to win 11 and a half games, but they're favored in 17 games of the 17 games. Why do you think that is? What do you think that's about? They're favored every game.
Bills are a good team. We just have to come to terms and accept the fact that the Bills are a good team.
I ain't never seen them playing the Super Bowl.
What's their schedule? They got a
first place schedule.
Good teams don't always make it to the Super Bowl.
They got a first place schedule. So yeah, they got their schedule ain't that
they can dominate in their league, in their conference.
But well, I don't know. The best teams are in their conference.
If you dominate, if you dominate in your conference,
No, the best teams in their conference though. Look, Baltimore, the Bengals, the Chiefs.
they can beat the Bengals. No, the Bengals are not in their conference.
Yes, they are.
The Bills' conference is New England.
No, that's the division. The conference is
division. Right,
Yeah,
my bad. Division.
the division is
division.
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. They dominate their division.
Yeah,
That's
but
about half the wins right there.
6 of them. But now you got to play. But when you get to the playoffs, you got to play the better teams in your conference, though.
Okay.
And then are you going to? And that's where they always fail. They always fail against the Chiefs.
That's
basically.
fine. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But I think Baltimore got something to say. I think Baltimore going to the Super Bowl this year. That's my early pick. Baltimore on the AFC. I don't know in the NFC yet. It's hard for me right now.
I don't want to say this because shout out to my boy Calvin.
What up, Calvin?
Even though you don't invite me to stuff anymore.
Me neither, but I don't even come in nowhere.
All right, I see. But I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm gonna go ahead and say I see the Bills coming this time.
See the Bills?
I
So
see
you got
the
Bills going to the Super Bowl.
I think the Bills can make it to the Super Bowl
I'm
this
not
year.
mad at that. I think Baltimore learned the lesson and they re-signed their running back, so they're going to use them instead of
I
having
hope
on the
they use
sideline
them
like an idiot.
instead of getting that far and just not use them.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Hey, football coaches, we got something to say to y'all because we be watching every week. Why y'all don't run the ball? First
Run
of all,
the fucking ball.
run the ball.
You got Derrick Henry.
Even
Run
if
the
you got
ball.
E. Carice, run the ball. Run the ball. Listen, I be arguing with everybody. Hey, listen, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all some fourth wall behind the wall. I argue with my homeboys in all of my sports groups that wide receivers are overrated, which means they're the least impactful skill position. That means out of quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, the least impactful one is the wide receiver. The quarterback is the most impactful, obviously. I think the running back is the second most impactful, and then the tight end, and then the wide receiver. So, I think we pay wide receivers too much. The only one that's worth the money that he got is maybe two, JJ and JC.
And
that's all.
CD Lamb.
Oh, and CD Lamb, because CD Lamb is good. You're right.
CD Lamb, go get
it. Might be fourth, but that's still only how many teams is it? It's 32 teams with 5 wide receivers each, at least. So it's not a lot. So we devalue the running back. We don't pay them much, and then we don't realize how good important they are until your team can't run.
Right.
Then when your team can't run, guess what? You lose.
Now you got to go look for a running back.
You lose. When you got to throw the ball 50 times, you lose 80% of the time, or you losing.
Hey, Molly, stop that, man. The
What up,
Timberwolves is done, bro.
He got to have hope. You got to have hope because he's going to pay me, and I want my money in quarter rolls like me and my sister used to do in 87, boy, when you was born. But yeah, man. So I think that wide receivers are overrated. Running backs, they should be paid more because they put their body on the line more.
Absolutely.
And they are more important. If you can't run the ball, you can't win in football.
Absolutely.
Go look at how many yards the Chiefs had rushing in the Super Bowl.
Not many.
Like minus 10. They lost by 40.
But look how many that the Eagles had in it.
Exactly. And they ran and how many attempts they did.
Oh, my God. He ran right through them. They got tired, and he just started running right through them. It was over with.
So that's my football take for the day. Hey, I think Baltimore. So you saying it's going to be Baltimore and Buffalo in the AFC Championship. You think Buffalo going to win. I think Baltimore. And I don't know in the NFC because it's hard for me to judge right now. I don't see no teams. I mean,
NFC.
Who you think? Just early picks. When you ain't seen no games yet, we ain't seen who the roster is going to be. Nothing. Just early pick.
I hate to say this.
Say it with your chest, but don't say it with your
Shout out to my homegirl Sharon and my boy Big Craig. Craig Hancock, my guy. It's probably going to be
repeat?
The Eagles.
Think a repeat? It's definitely possible.
I think we're going to see the Eagles and the Bills in the Super Bowl this year.
I don't know. That's a good pick. I think that I don't know, but if it is the Eagles, I ain't mad at that. As long as it ain't the Cowgirls, that's all we need to know.
I mean,
no Cowgirls.
In my heart tells you the Cowboys.
Your heart lied to you.
Hey, you lied to me once too.
Don't let your heart.
You lied to me once too. You said the 49ers were going to win the Super Bowl. The last times they were in them and they lost them both.
Hey, we should have won. We've been to 3 Super Bowls in the last 12 years.
And y'all
13, 12
shit
years.
out of them.
We should have won all 3 of them.
How you up by 10 points in the end of the third on both of them?
The last one was coaching. We need to fire him.
Both of them was coaching.
No. The one before the last was our quarterback was trash.
Y'all was up by 10 by the end of the third on both of them.
I know, but our quarterback was trash in the 2019 one. He couldn't come back.
If you're
Patrick Mahomes threw 3 touchdowns.
What I'm saying is, if you're up by 10, it becomes a thing of clock management at that point.
That's coaching or quarterback.
So right.
So
they didn't manage their time well, and
it was coaching last one. The one before, I think it was our quarterback was trash, and the one before that was coaching too because he didn't run Frank Gore.
The same
coaching, bro. It's always no, it wasn't the same quarterback. It was Jimmy Garoppolo the first time.
Yeah.
Then it was Brock Purdy. So it's different quarterback. No. One of them is much better than the other, and everybody knows that. But yeah, you're right. We shouldn't have lost none of them. We should have been 8-0 in Super Bowls. The only team undefeated. Now the only team undefeated in Super Bowls is the fucking Baltimore Ravens with 2. See, that don't even sound right. 2. Anybody can be undefeated in 2.
Well, we know who won none of them. The Bills.
The Bills, damn. Shout out to Calvin.
Shout out to Calvin
and the
his
Buffalo
winless
dudes
team.
I played earlier. Benny and Conway and all them. But you got some C4 fire bets for the people because you ain't been. We was keeping track. Long time ago when we first started, we just stopped that shit.
Stop. I done missed quite a few, so I ain't gonna even lie. Shit, it be like that sometimes.
That's because you're a cowgirl fan. You got cowgirl blue on.
Shut up, bitch. Anyway, I got an over for you in baseball today. The San Diego Padres and the Atlanta Braves. That game goes off at 1:10 p.m. The over for the Padres and the Braves. Second play, we're going to take the Detroit Tigers on the money line. Again, Detroit Tigers on the money line. That's my 2 plays in baseball. Today, take the Thunder.
Thunder. I agree with you. I think the Thunder just showed that they're a better team than the Minnesota Timberwolves. Shout out to my boy Molly. He said that they were supposed to win them 2 games at home, but he's logic crazy because the Lakers didn't win 2 at home and the Warriors didn't, and they both was favored and had the home court advantage.
You got that ass bounced out.
Exactly. So his logic is like, I think it's girl logic rubbing off on him, but we gonna give him some grace.
You done went too far.
Quit letting your girls logic rub off on you. And say the truth.
Those are my 3 plays for today. OKC -2.5 on the spread. We got the Detroit Tigers money line against the Cleveland Guardians -135, and we're gonna take the over on the San Diego Padres and Atlanta Braves game.
Fire bets for you. Now we're gonna talk about something that I hate to talk about, but we got to talk about it because it's hot. It's on fire on the internet.
If you're gay, it's okay.
Papoose and Remy are online doing what I don't like our generation. They from our generations doing, which is talking bad about each other after they've been married for 15 years. I don't like it. I think it's whack. I think private things should be made private, even if it's tumultuous. I think that this internet got us wilding. We need to stop wilding. We need to start realizing, hey, everything ain't for everybody. Attention. You don't need attention. You don't need people validation. Handle that privately. Y'all been married for a long time. Y'all was black goals for all the women. Black excellence goals.
Wasn't for me.
Exactly. Let me give you my thoughts on it. Hey, fellas, don't be fellas, I'm talking to y'all. This is just advice from a young frozen click banger. The way you start a relationship is the way that it's gonna go the whole duration of the relationship. So if you start by chasing a woman, you're gonna be chasing her your whole relationship. I don't believe in chasing a woman. I don't believe in a woman chasing a man. I believe we come together like butt cheeks, like my Uncle Chuck said. Come together. We come together. We don't chase each other and jump through hoops because that's whack and no one can sustain that. We got to understand that the way God created things is a balance. It ain't always summertime or hot or day. It's night and day because you need a break. In a relationship, it's the same thing. You got to balance it out. Y'all both come together, love each other, mess with each other, not one person chasing each other, chasing the other one, jumping through all the hoops, going through tests. I don't think that's how you start a relationship, maintain a relationship, keep a relationship healthy. I think Pap liked or loved Remy more than she liked him, and she liked what he was doing, and she got with him, but she didn't really like him. That's what I think. And that's why she cheated on him multiple times. And he forgave her multiple times. What you think?
I think when it comes down to this thing, the thing that's going on here is we have to remember that sometimes things don't work out.
That's facts.
And you can be together for however many years or whatever and deal with whatever. But at the end of the day, when things don't work out, learn how to fucking separate in peace.
Don't go on the internet and kick each other's back in.
You kicking each other's back in. And then it's bad because now the daughter spoke.
Right.
And she's backing up everything Papoose is saying.
But that's messy. That's more messy.
It's messy because now this child is in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now it's
learn how to separate in peace.
Right.
Learn how to separate in peace.
Or at least in private.
Everybody in life has their people that they need to talk to when things go through things. And talk to your people. Deal with it through your people. Don't put this shit publicly out here and start humiliating people, embarrassing people,
and each other, embarrassing yourselves.
Talking about people like fingers in the ass. Who fucking cares?
That's private
You
business.
were still sucking his dick when you were putting a finger in his ass.
And you was cool with it. Now you're not cool with it?
Right.
That's weird.
So,
but I hate that. I hate when you do that. We do that in this internet era. We think that everything's supposed to be for public consumption. And it's not, guys. Look at the most successful relationships. They keep that shit private.
Being a public figure doesn't mean we need your public consumption.
And we don't want to know your private business.
Some people do because they just be messy like that.
Facts.
But it should not be out in the public. It should not be sparking debates worldwide when we got an orange Cheeto that's literally throwing us into the hell pit as we speak.
Right. So y'all get it together. And we need more love, less hate, less discrimination, less lack of understanding and grace. Please. We need to love each other more, come together, realize that without one, the other gonna struggle. If we in the same boat, we ain't in different boats, looking at each other like your boat trash. You got a hole in your boat, we got a hole in our boat.
Right.
That's what it is.
Quit bullshitting. Learn to love your fellow man.
Jesus said, look,
love your fellow man. Love your fellow brother.
And sister.
Whatever, regardless of the shade. Love your fellow sister, regardless of the shade. Let's throw back to being human beings. Let's stop all this bullshit. Because at the end of the day, nobody is better than anybody.
That's facts. And Jesus, all y'all who claim to follow Jesus said one rule that you should only follow. Treat people how you would like to be treated. Not how they treat you, not how you feel, how you would like. That means what you would like, you give. And I think we all would like grace and understanding when we in our lower vibrations.
Absolutely.
So we should give that to everybody. And I think Pat and Remy, I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for everybody who out here going through it. We all go through it. It's ups and downs.
Absolutely.
For everybody. But we got to handle it better. And life ain't about what you go through because we all going to go through some bullshit. It's about how you handle it. It's about if you persevere and you believe in yourself and you believe in the God within you. Because listen, my daddy told me the black man is God. But what I take that to mean is God is within all human beings and living things. That's what I take that to mean. So God is within us all. And we should love each other more. Not going on the internet, kicking each other's back in after we got kids and family and 12 years or 15 years of marriage. Let's stop it. Let's be better. Let's do better. Only thing we need more of is more love. Sorry for preaching at the end. I didn't want to be a preacher, but we had to say it. And we about to be out of this mug. Shout out to Suge. We praying for you too, brother.
Love you,
back.
Bro.
Love you. We about to get this day started. It's a beautiful day. C4, Q Mecca. Let me put the music on while we go on our outro on y'all. Hold on. Where the music at, though? There's more of that Benny and Special.
I got a little bit of time today, y'all. Shit, I got to be at work at 2 a.m. But I got to about 8:30, man. If y'all want to get to Spades cracking, holler at your boy. Let's do it.
And when me and C4 play Spades together, we whoop y'all ass. That's why y'all don't let us play together a lot.
This is true.
But if there ever is a Spades tournament out here at the casino, we gonna win it all. It's gonna be our table like Calvin and Rodney's old table was our table. Then they don't want to let us play on the new table.
That's right. You get what you put out. Appreciate
Peace.
that.
We love y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Shout out to the boss lady. Shout out to everybody doing positive things, trying to do better in the community for everybody. We love y'all. We out of here. CQ Mecca, 2 texts up. You know, tragic gonna hold you down. Rest in peace to everybody who lost a loved one. All the loved ones that's been lost.
That's a fact.
My bro host right here.
C4 Nate from the 618. Have a good weekend. Be safe. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend and love on your fellow man and woman. Let's get it.
Only thing we need more of is more love, y'all.
It's way bigger than sports.
Bigger than sports.
Look, I hate when niggas